What's up, guys? Today's gonna be a little different video than usual. I get this question a lot. I always get asked what my opinions and thoughts are about the Knees Over Toes guy. His name is Ben Patrick, and he is the owner of the ATG program, which stands for the Athletic Truth Group. And they're mainly focused on improving athletic performance and creating a pain-free athlete. If you don't know who he is, I'm gonna link his social media in the description. Go check his stuff out and you'll be able to see exactly what he's about. I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I actually did the ATG jump program for 2 months straight around 2 years ago. And today I'm gonna be basically explaining what my entire experience was with that. Now, I do have my own jump program, but I'm going to try to keep this as unbiased as possible. Only gonna give exactly what my experiences were with it. And I'm also only gonna give straight facts. So Ben Patrick started following me on social media around 2014. I was 16 years old and I had just started posting my dunks. I was dunking in front of my driveway and I was a very average dunker. He was always a very big supporter of me and always spread positivity and always kept me motivated. At the time, ATG was all about doing super heavy deep squats, really heavy cleans. They had the ATG lunge and it was super cool training, and it was a big inspiration for my training because I loved how Olympic lifters lifted and their ATG training was very similar to them. These videos aren't on ATG's Instagram anymore, but they used to have guys deep squatting like 400, 500 pounds, cleaning 350 plus. It was super cool. Around this time, so this was 2014 when he first followed me. Around 2015, I posted that I had knee pain in one of my videos, and Ben hit me up and he said that if I'm ever in Clearwater, which is where ATG used to be located, that he would offer to help me out with my knee pain. Now at the time, I didn't have a car, I didn't have any way of getting there, so I wasn't able to take advantage of this opportunity. Around 3 years later, in November 2018, ATG had completely rebranded themselves. The people that used to work there that were super strong, they weren't there anymore. They were now more focused around kind of creating the perfect pain-free athlete. And Ben decided to fly out a ton of pro dunkers, a lot of guys that had big social media followings, including me. And he flew them out to Clearwater, and there we spent the entire weekend dunking. And Ben used all this footage that he got from ATG, from the ATG weekend, to then market his program. He also gave us free memberships to ATG so that we could use it to learn and apply it to our training. I'm sure a lot of you guys know by now that John Evans, he is my trainer. At the time, he was going through a lot of personal issues and I wasn't training with him. At this point, my knee pain and back pain had deteriorated a lot. I was in a lot of pain. I could barely make it through dunk session and I couldn't really lift like I wanted to. Honestly, Ben's training at the time, it sounded like the best thing on planet Earth. It sounded like it was exactly what I needed. And the way he explained it, he said it was basically like guaranteed to work for us. I decided to start learning his methods and I began training that way for the next 2 months. Now, I'm all about learning. I'm a very studious person, so I decided to start digesting every little bit of information that he had on his website and on his program. How ATG works, every day he sends out an email explaining a different topic about the ATG program. I read every single email he sent out for months. I digested every little single bit of information. I learned his program inside and out. Even to this day, I can tell you exactly how to train the ATG way. I never missed a day of training for those 2 months, and I followed his training perfectly to a T. I also took time off from dunking during that time so that I could just completely focus on getting my knees healthy. While doing the ATG jump program, my day-to-day knee pain started to decrease and I became the most flexible I ever had in my life. They do a ton of stretching and in the program. Flexibility is very important in the ATG method. And it got to the point where I started basically feeling like I didn't have any pain day to day, and I decided that it was time to have a dunk session. So I decided to go out and have this dunk session, and I was very disappointed. My knee pain came back worse than ever. Even though I had gotten completely pain-free up to that point, it was like as soon as I jumped, the knee pain came back. Also because of how flexible I had gotten, and there was no max strength stimulus in the jump program, and also there wasn't really any jump volume. I felt super uncoordinated and I felt like I had lost all my power in my jumps. After this dunk session, I got very depressed because it felt like the last 2 months had kind of gone to a waste. So that was around November 2018 when I started the ATG method, the ATG jump program. Around January 2019, my knee pain was back worse than ever. I decided to hit John up again, who had started training athletes. once again, and I started working with John Evans. And within a month, he had gotten me pain-free, gotten me back to jumping, sprinting, and also jumping my highest ever. Over the next year, I proceeded to have the most progression I ever had in my jump training. I got way stronger. I jumped way higher during this time. And also over the course of that year, my knees slowly became more and more pain-free until they never bothered me ever again. Now, literally all this that I'm explaining is on my YouTube channel. If you look back at my videos starting November 2018, you can see the ATG Dunk Weekend session. You can see exactly when I started the ATG jump program. I talk about it during the videos. And then you can also see when I started doing John's training, and you can see the big difference. So in conclusion, bench training has helped a lot of athletes become more pain-free, and it has also helped a lot of athletes jump higher. This is an undisputed fact. Another undisputed fact is that there is a lot of athletes that you don't hear about that it has not worked for, me being a prime example. Again, you can see this in the videos. Go back in my YouTube channel, look at when I did ATG, look at the pain I was in and how high I was jumping, and then later on when I stopped doing ATG, started doing better training, and see where I was at that point. Now, also, as you guys know, I have my own jump program called THP. It's individualized coaching. On there, we have gotten a ton of athletes that have come from ATG, that have come out of Ben's program more hurt than when they started. But again, this is an undisputed fact. We have trained athletes that came from ATG that became more injured or did not progress at all from doing the ATG jump program. Now, this next point is sort of my opinion, but it is a very educated opinion. ATG is not very effective in taking someone that has an elite level vertical and making them more elite. Not just in my case, but other pro dunkers that have done the training as well, that I have spoken to personally. It does work for a lot of athletes that are more average athletes that don't have a lot of training experience, but for that kind of athlete, you can literally do anything and an athlete will be able to jump higher. As far as the tendon rehab process at ATG, they do have a good progression of exercises and progressing exercise from easy to hard and getting the body used to more load on the tendons, which is a fundamental principle to getting a tendon healthier. And they also have a very smart rule of saying avoid anything that hurts. However, their methods aren't backed by research, and they also don't have a good way to progress somebody from strength work to max approach jumping, right? They don't have a good plyometric progression. But that's basically all of my thoughts. If you guys have any questions, make sure to put them in the comments. I'm sure I missed a lot of stuff that I could talk about here, but I'll try to get to every single comment that this video gets. Again, this video is completely my opinion. I tried to keep it as factual as possible, as unbiased as possible. I just gave straight facts and what my personal experience was with ATG. Use this information as you will. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you guys in another video. Take it easy, guys. Train hard.